Welcome back to the BD Daily Tech News Podcast, Beyond Daily Tech Show, where we bring you daily insights on technology and innovation without putting you to sleep. I'm your host, and today is 2025, December 5th.
And I'm your guest. If you've ever wondered whether the AI hype train is finally slowing down or just switching tracks, this episode is basically your tech therapy session.
Today, we're hitting 5 big stories. 1. Enthusiasm for OpenAI's video model Sora is fading. 2. The New York Times and Chicago Tribune are suing Perplexity AI over alleged content copying. 3. Wall Street is racing to finance AI, while AMD's CEO says fears of a bubble are overblown.
4. Waymo's Robotaxis are under federal investigation for blasting past stopped school buses in Austin, which is not the self-driving future parents ordered. And 5. Microsoft's Copilot Plus AI PC plan kind of fizzled, but still shoved the whole PC industry in a new direction.
If you're a busy professional or developer trying to figure out what's real, what's hype, and where to put your time and money, stay with us. We'll keep it simple, practical, and slightly sarcastic.
Plus, at the end, we'll recap the one concrete move you can make this week, so you're not just doom-scrolling AI headlines. Let's start with Sora, the AI video model that went from rockstar to, well, that band you liked last summer.
Bloomberg's Tech In-Depth reports that after a huge creative burst early this year, enthusiasm for OpenAI's Sora has cooled. People made viral clips, brands experimented, then usage and buzz dropped off rather than becoming a daily tool.
So Sora basically had a TikTok career arc. Explodes overnight, everyone posts surreal videos of dogs driving cars, and 3 months later you're like, wait, do I actually use this for anything that pays my rent?
Exactly. Technically, Sora is impressive. It can generate 1080p multi-second to minute-long videos from text prompts with coherent camera motion and lighting. Under the hood, it's basically a very large diffusion model trained on video, predicting the next visual frame like GPT predicts the next word.
So in human terms, it's like a super-powered Instagram filter that doesn't need a real video to start with. You just say, show me a drone shot over Tokyo in the rain, and it hallucinates the whole thing from scratch.
But the Bloomberg reporting suggests 2 big problems. 1, the outputs still need a lot of editing. Studios found they had to fix physics glitches, faces, and continuity. 2, the business model is unclear. Licensing, copyright, and cost per minute of usable footage are all still messy.
Also, real-world production is boring. It's schedules, approvals, and brands arguing about logo placement. If Sora doesn't plug cleanly into that workflow, it's just a very expensive toy for pitch decks and mood boards.
For normal people, the takeaway is not yet at the replace your videographer stage. It's more like a powerful assistant for concepting, previs, and low-stakes social content. Think of it as Canva for motion, not Hollywood in a box.
So if you're a freelancer or small business, the move is not fire your video team. It's, can I use tools like Sora to prototype ideas faster, test more ad variations, or explain a concept visually without a full shoot? That's how you actually squeeze value out of the hype.
And if you're an investor or manager, Sora's cooling buzz is a reminder. Early AI launches often spike on novelty, then settle into a much smaller, more realistic usage curve. Don't confuse virality with product market fit.
If your strategy deck literally says, we'll be the Sora of X, maybe delete that slide and go touch some grass. Or at least talk to an actual customer.
Speaking of actual customers, let's talk about where Sora-style models get their training data. Bloomberg reports the New York Times Company and the Chicago Tribune have both sued Perplexity AI, accusing it of copying and distributing their exclusive content without permission.
Perplexity, for anyone who hasn't tried it yet, is like ChatGPT mixed with Google. You ask a question, it summarizes the web, and sometimes it feels like it swallowed your favorite news site and is spitting it back out with worse fonts.
The lawsuits claim Perplexity is effectively republishing paywalled or exclusive reporting in answer form without licenses and without sending readers back to the original sites. That hits the business model of journalism directly: subscriptions, ads, and syndication.
So from the paper's perspective, it's like they paid the reporters, did the investigations, and Perplexity just showed up like, nice article, would be a shame if someone summarized it for free.
Legally, this gets into fair use and scraping. Search engines have long crawled news sites, but they mainly show snippets and links. Generative AI goes further. It can output full paragraphs that closely track the original, but without clear attribution or traffic back.
And if AI answers replace clicks, that's not a tiny detail. That's, can local news survive, or does everything become a chatbot blur? For regular readers, this is where your news budget and your AI habits collide.
For you as a user, the practical angle is twofold. 1. Expect AI answers to start showing more explicit citations, links, and maybe even paywall-friendly summaries if courts push that way. 2. If you rely on high-quality reporting, consider paying for at least one outlet you trust.
Yeah, think of it like tipping your favorite restaurant. You can't live on free samples forever. If AI tools are your new waiter, they still need a kitchen that gets paid.
For founders building AI products, this is a flashing red sign. Get your content strategy in order. That can mean licensing, using public domain or user-owned data, or building tools on top of customer documents rather than scraping the open web and hoping for the best.
Because we'll fix the copyright stuff later is not a business plan. It's a prequel to your very own lawsuit montage.
Let's zoom out to the money. Bloomberg reports Wall Street is gearing up to lend massive sums to AI giants, while simultaneously trying to protect itself from an AI bubble. At the same time, AMD CEO Lisa Su told Wired that concerns about an AI bubble are, quote, emphatically, from my perspective, no.
Of course, the CEO of a major AI chip maker doesn't think it's a bubble. That's like asking a barista if coffee culture has gone too far. They're not going to say, yeah, please stop buying lattes.
To be fair, Lisa Su's argument is that AI demand is tied to real workloads, cloud providers, enterprises, and governments all building models and services. Hardware like GPUs and high-bandwidth memory is shipping into data centers that are actually being used, not just speculative pets.com style startups.
Meanwhile, the Wall Street side is like, we'll happily finance your AI data center, but also, please sign here so we don't get wrecked if this all goes sideways. Classic. We love you, but sign a prenup.
For ordinary professionals, the key is separating infrastructure from applications. Infrastructure, chips, cloud capacity, networking, tends to have longer-term value. Applications, yet another AI note-taking app, are where bubbles usually pop.
So if you're choosing where to build skills, maybe don't obsess over this week's hottest AI wrapper. Focus on fundamentals, data engineering, prompt design inside real workflows, model evaluation, and how to glue tools into your company's stack.
And if you run a team, think in terms of durable use cases. Can AI actually reduce cycle time, error rates, or headcount on specific processes by, say, 20 to 40%? If you can't quantify it, it's probably just AI theater.
AI theater is when you add a chatbot to your website, call it Agent Nova, and then realize all it does is apologize and paste your FAQ. Cool demo, zero ROI.
Let's move from data centers to streets. The U.S. National Highway Traffic Safety Administration has opened an investigation into Waymo after reports that its Robotaxis illegally passed stopped school buses in Austin, Texas.
Just to be clear, when a school bus puts out that stop sign and flashing lights, every human driver is supposed to stop. The idea that a robotaxi is like, nah, I'm good, is nightmare fuel for parents.
Regulators previously opened a broader probe into Waymo's performance around school buses back in October. Waymo says it pushed a software update to improve behavior, but NHTSA is now asking for detailed logs on the fifth-generation self-driving system, especially around how it detects and responds to buses.
Under the hood, these cars use a mix of LiDAR, radar, cameras, and machine learning models trained on millions of driving. But edge cases, like weird lighting, partially blocked signs, or non-standard bus behavior, are still really hard.
For you as a rider or city resident, this means two things. One, expect more transparency reports and maybe more conservative driving behaviors as companies overcorrect. Two, deployments might slow or get geofenced away from sensitive zones like schools until safety is proven.
So your robo-taxi might start driving like your most cautious aunt. Slower, more stops, less aggressive merges. Annoying for commuters, but way better than playing chicken with a school bus.
If you work in mobility or urban planning, this is a reminder that social license is fragile. One viral video of a robotaxi doing something unsafe near kids can set your program back years, regardless of your overall safety stats.
And if you're a parent in an AV city, your action item is simple. Learn your city's reporting tools. If you see weird behavior from a robotaxi, report it. These systems really do get patched based on real-world incidents.
Last big story, Microsoft's Copilot Plus AI PC plan. Engadget reports that Copilot Plus laptops made up less than 10% of systems shipped in Q3 2024, and only about 2.3% of Windows machines sold in Q1 2025. Microsoft is now shifting to the line, every Windows 11 computer is an AI PC.
You know that exclusive VIP club we hyped? Actually, everyone's invited now. Please clap.
Copilot Plus was supposed to be the new premium tier, laptops with neural processing units hitting around 40 tops, at least 16 gigabytes of RAM, 256 gigabytes of storage, and features like Recall, which continuously screenshotted your activity so you could search your past.
Yeah, and then people were like, wait, you want to screenshot literally everything I do forever? Shockingly, that didn't land great in a world that just discovered what data breaches are.
Now Microsoft is pushing cloud-powered Copilot features like Hey Copilot voice commands and Copilot Vision that can see your screen without requiring those beefy NPUs. So the killer apps people actually want are mostly cloud, not on device.
Which means a lot of early AI PCs are like buying a sports car and then finding out the speed limit is 30 miles per hour. The hardware is there, but the roads, apps, aren't ready.
Still, there were real benefits. Copilot Plus basically forced OEMs to standardize on 16 gigabytes of RAM and better baseline specs. It also pushed Microsoft to finally make Windows on ARM viable, which is why Surface devices with Snapdragon chips are now actually usable.
So if you're shopping for a laptop, here's the practical bit. Don't pay a big premium just for an AI PC sticker. Look for 16 gigabytes of RAM minimum, solid battery life, and whether the AI features you care about are cloud-based or really need that NPU.
And if you're in IT, plan for a mixed world. You'll have older machines running cloud AI just fine, and newer ones with NPUs you can use for privacy-sensitive tasks like local transcription, on-device summarization, or secure document analysis.
Basically, don't let marketing dictate your upgrade cycle. Let your actual workflows do it. If your team can't even find the shared drive, they're not ready for a fleet of AI PCs.
Quick recap before we wrap. Sora shows that viral AI demos don't automatically become daily tools. Perplexity's lawsuits highlight that AI needs a sustainable relationship with content creators. Wall Street and AMD say AI isn't a bubble, but the froth is in apps, not chips.
Waymo's school bus drama reminds us safety and public trust can kill or save an entire tech category. And Microsoft's Copilot story proves you can fail on branding but still quietly drag the whole PC industry into the future.
Pick a single workflow where AI could give you a measurable gain, like drafting reports, summarizing meetings, or triaging email. Test one tool for that job only and track time saved over 2 weeks.
Yeah, don't try to AI-fy your whole life. Start with one annoying task, prove it works, then scale. That's how you ride the AI wave without wiping out your calendar and your budget.
If you found this useful, hit subscribe and share this episode with a friend who keeps asking if AI is overhyped but still hasn't tried anything beyond a chatbot. New episodes drop daily here on BD Daily Tech News Podcast.
And tell us in the comments, what's one AI feature you actually use every week, not just once for fun? We might feature your answer in a future episode. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you tomorrow.